Welcome to Talkin' Baseball. We've got a whole slew of series to recap. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin' Baseball. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. Behind the plate, we got producer BBD. We're coming to you live from the Roosevelt Studios here in the Bronx. It's Friday morning. There's a lot of games. We got 4-game sets, 2-game sets, even some 3-game sets, Jake. A lot of baseball has been played. Did you enjoy it?
I did, Jim. I did. Baseball was back this week. We only had one team out, one series out with COVID stuff. The Cardinals and the Tigers were out. Knock on wood if you're with me. The Cardinals are supposed to play tonight. We should have a full slate of baseball, and we essentially did this whole week. Again, think about where we were last week in like mass hysteria. Baseball's getting canceled every day. This week, the biggest stories were, Mike Trout's a dad. Congratulations.
That's huge. That is huge.
It is huge.
Life-changing event for him.
Literally a life-changing event, and all Dad Trout does is hit homers. We had the Ohio Cup, as we got yelled at for calling it the Ohio Bowl all week.
Which sounds cooler.
Who cares? But that was actually some fun baseball. And, yeah, man, baseball's back in a big way.
Well, it feels normal, right? It feels like we're just playing.
Feels so normal.
Feels like we're just middle of the season. Things are happening.
Marlins are rolling.
Even the empty stadiums, I'm completely used to it. I'm just enjoying the games.
Slump Watch.
So this is your first time listening to Talkin' Baseball. Thank you for joining. These are the series recap shows. Just to recap, all the big topics, all the big storylines. We'll be discussing those with Trev. We have some interviews coming up. We have voicemail apps. We're doing a lot. But today, we're just going to let you know what happened, what you may have missed. It is impossible to follow all 30 teams. It is impossible to watch 13 games every single night. Jake didn't watch every single game. I didn't watch every single game. We did some research. We did some studying. We looked up some stats for you. Try to let you know what's going on. As always, you know more about your team than we know about your team. We're not trying to trick you there. So call into the voicemail app. Leave a comment on YouTube. Leave a tweet. Let us know what we missed, what we got wrong, and what we should know about your squad if we do not. Because that's what we like. You bring us the knowledge. It's a community here. You help us. We help you. Blah, 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 blah. For the patrons that are listening live, we won't have the backing music because the soundboard just won't work right now. So, Jake, can you tell us what happened in the East?
Oh, we're doing it. No patrons or anything? We're bumping?
I don't have the list.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, patrons.
These shows are hard to prep for.
Let's do it, baby. Let's get it. Are we just going? No baseline music?
So I just said, yeah.
Okay. In the East region, the New York Yankees played the Philadelphia Phillies in a weird home-and-home kind of series. The Phillies, they were one of the teams coming off COVID. They looked pretty good. Good for them. They had a tough first matchup. Garrett Cole, welcome. Yanks won that one 6-3. Urshela with the big home run. Brett Gardner goes opposite field. His first career opposite field out of the park home run. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. Then we played a couple 7-inning games. Zach Wheeler looked pretty good for Philly. Philly wins 11-7. They were up 11-3 at some point. Yanks had a little bit of fight. J-Happ looks terrible. Second half of the doubleheader, Aaron Nola looks great. But the Yankees trio of Cashman pieces out of nowhere, Voit, Sockman, and Urshela, Yankees win that one 3-1 in the last inning. And then Philly bounces back. They split the series 5-4. Eflin looked good. Real Muto with a big 3-run home run. Miami versus Baltimore. Miami's back. The team everyone was mad at. And guess what? They're still hot, baby. Pablo Lopez with a really nice pitching performance. They win the first game 4-0. A little Jomboy special. Cervelli and Aguilar with homers in that game. They come back. Doubleheader themselves. Eliezer Hernandez, my guy, he pitches really well. Brian Anderson hits a home run, the only run in the first game of the 7-inning doubleheader. And then Miami comes back, and they win 2-1. They win both parts of the doubleheader, and then just bring the broomsticks, babe. Miami 8. They win 8-7, over the Orioles. They went 24-inning shutout on the O's at one point this series. So Miami's out of their minds. They're a great team, apparently. Atlanta versus Toronto. Atlanta blows out the first game. A young, thick Austin Riley hits a bomb. Dick-dropping tour continues for our guy Max Fried. Toronto bounces back. Ryu with a really nice start, Jim. Toronto wins 2-1, and in the rubber match, Markakis with the walk-off. Tuki Toussaint out-duels Nate Pearson, and Kakis walks it off. He's back for the Braves, baby. Good series win for them. Nats and Mets, they split a couple. Nats win with Corbin on the mound versus Mats. Howie Kendrick's back. He has a 4-hit day. Mets win the next one 3-1. Porcello shoves. Rick Porcello making us look bad. We talk smack about him. He played really well. Scherzer walks off in the first inning, a little hamstring. Worrisome. And then in the final 2-game set, another split. Tampa wins 5-1. The return of Austin Meadows, big for them. Charlie Morton bounces back. He looks good. They beat Eovaldi. And then the Sox, Martin Perez, their freaking guy. Verdugo and Chavez go yad. 5-0 Sox.
Nice.
Yes, that's what's going on in these.
A lot of games during the week.
A lot of, 2 4-game sets with double headers. That was a lot of mouth jargon to get through.
The Yankees are in first place in the American League. Yep. The Marlins are in first place in the National League.
Can't stop.
And it's kind of like a little more real than when they were 3-1. They're 6-1 now.
They added 4 wins. So
they added 4 wins.
4 wins and 0 losses. That'll help.
The Braves are 9-5. So as soon as it should even out.
Yeah.
But go Marlins, go.
Go Marlins, go. Let's have fun with it. Again, everyone's looking for the 60-game chaos. Maybe the Marlins can be it. We'll see.
Donnie Baseball is now the most winningest manager in Marlins history.
Would you look at this? So the Marlins are rolling. They've got some young, decent pitching. Again, it does feel like a lot of smoke and mirrors with the lineup, but keep winning games. Become a problem.
Well, how do you prep for the Marlins right now?
Can't.
New guys every day.
Can't. No idea.
The Nationals are losing. The Phillies have a losing record. Again, a little unfair. And the Mets are in last place.
Yeah, the Mets, they obviously had the whole Cespedes thing happen, and they're still kind of recovering from that. The Nats, they won the first game. Scherzer gets hurt. That's scary. I don't know if we got an update on him, but
I think we did, and it wasn't that bad.
I mean, it seemed not that bad. I mean, hamstring injury is one that a lot of people see.
Tweaked hamstring.
During the games.
He said he's not concerned.
Good. He knows his body better than I do, unfortunately. But the Nats, yeah, they're still getting into rhythm, too, because they missed some COVID stuff. And Soto's back for them. Yeah. So that's pretty huge.
Do you want to talk about 7-inning doubleheaders? Because we had 2 in this region.
I do.
We watched the Yankees one since we're Yankees fans and, watched both ends of one. So I'm sure Marlins fans and Orioles fans can also relate.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
These are coming.
Yeah.
And that's why the MLB players didn't want to accept a lot of these things when they were negotiating, because everything that they put, I think, is coming. I think we're going to get a runner on second base in the 12th inning. We did a whole 2 episodes on that, so we won't do more. All of the players and managers after these games said they loved it.
Yeah.
Said it was much better. Mike Talkman on the Yanks said, I'd love if every Sunday was 2 7-inning doubleheaders, and every Monday was an off day. Yep. That would be a much better schedule for baseball players than playing every single day. I didn't like it as a fan. I have been trained to think things will go 9 innings. 7 innings feels so short.
Yeah.
Because at the 5th inning mark in a 9-inning game, you're halfway there. The starter's still in. You still got 4 innings, 3 innings of bullpen to go through. In a 7-inning game, you're at the end. You get to the bottom 5, you're like, fuck, we got to get going. So, I mean, that's a mindset thing, but I didn't like them. I've been trained my whole life not to like them, so I don't see why I have, where these players have been trained their whole life to play 7-inning doubleheaders. That's what they do in the minor leagues. That's what they do. That's what they do in college and high school and stuff. So, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on it?
It's less time at the office for them. I mean, you kind of have to think of it that way. I didn't love it. I told you this. I almost didn't prep myself because I was like, 2 7-inning games. That's just like one game. No, that's like one really long baseball game. So I was kind of getting wonky a little bit. I think the bigger problem for me is just the state of baseball right now is that every team is going to bullpen these. The Orioles and the Marlins did too, looking at the box score. So with 7 innings, you're right. I mean, every team, has a back end of their bullpen. They've got high leverage guys. That's, it's a cornerstone of building a team at this point. And every team has throwers that they don't want to let through a lineup twice. Mm-hmm. So, you do that in a 7-inning game, you got 2 guys, and then you're to your good bullpen. So, yeah, it doesn't feel right. I'm very much fine with it for this year. You're probably right. It comes down the line. I don't know how soon. Could it be soon? Yeah. I could also see it not, because it doesn't feel right. That doesn't necessarily always move decisions, though. So we'll see. Don't love it. Fine with it for this year.
Definitely fine with it for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You want to just move on to the Central? It's kind of everything we got going on. We'll talk about some awards and some stuff.
Central's hot right now.
Porcello shoves. How about that?
I'll kick it to you midway if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There
it is. That's what I was looking for. The Cubbies versus the Royals. Cubs dominated. I'll stop that. Cubs win the first game 2-0. Your guy, Alec Mills, Jim, having a great season. Alec Mills train, watch out. Hendricks, he looks good in the second game. Cubs win 5-4. Kimbrel show. Oh, boy, Cubby fans. How's that working out for you? The third game, Darvish. My guy, he looked nasty. Big time nasty. They win 6-1. Kansas City gets their revenge at the end. 13-2 blowout win. Chatwood blows it for the Cubs starting pitching that has looked really good. And then the White Sox versus Milwaukee. The White Sox take the first 2 games. Milwaukee coming out of COVID times. Abreu and Moncada have homers in the first game. Giolito versus Woodruff in game 2. That's a sneaky fun pitching matchup right there. Gamble and Eloy Jimenez both hit 2-run homers. Abreu gets the game-winning RBI in that one. White Sox, you going to put the pedal down? I think they won 7 straight up to that point. No, Milwaukee fights back. Adrian Hauser versus Keuchel. A 1-0 game. Miss Sogard? Eric Sogard, the only RBI in that game. 1-0 Milwaukee. And then they come back. They take the fourth game. 8-3. Lindblom looks solid. Yelly with a fun inside the park home run. And Jarko Yabo. What else in the Central, Jim or Fredette?
Got the Twins against the Pirates. This series kind of had everything. The Twins took 3 games of the 4. This series, Jake, it had a drone delay. Never seen before.
Yep.
We had a debut of a starter getting his first major league start. We had a nice pitching duel in Dobnak and who'd he go against? Our dude, Tyler Williams. Trevor Williams. Yeah,
we're a Trevor pod.
My bad, Trevor.
We're a Trevor pod.
Nice pitching duel. We had a Kotuck bomb, another friend of the program. We had a walk-off. Pittsburgh avoids the sweep by walking off the last game, which had a bunch of home runs. A lot of the other games didn't have home runs. I went to see how many home runs are in the series. I thought it was going to be a lot. The other ones didn't. So, Twins win 3 of the 4. They are the first team in the American League to get to 10 wins. Cubs are the first team in the National League to get to 10 wins. The Central is providing some talent. And then the Ohio Cup, the much talked about Ohio Cup. It was a fun pitching matchup. Red starters went 21.1 innings pitched and only gave up 5 earned runs. The Indian starters also only gave up 5 earned runs, but they combined for 26.1 innings pitched. That's 5 more innings. So the Indian starting pitchers outlast them. The Indians team wins 3. Since he won the first one, Indians win the next 3. Lorenzen blew another one for the Reds, so him and Kimbrel are just having 0 fun whenever they take the bump. Ramirez got hot for the Indians. He popped some home runs. Cleveland still coming for the Twins. They're 8-6 now. White Sox 7-6 in the National League in the Central. It's all Cubbies.
Yes, sir. Jim, let's start with the Ohio Bowl Cup.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of fun. And I'll give myself one ad this show, Wake and Jake, which I've been doing in the morning. Just hit the podcast apps today. If you like sports, check it out. I went in surprisingly hard on Cincinnati because, dude, this is Cincinnati. They won the first game. Sonny Gray's still doing special stuff. And then you come back and you lose the final 3. You get a couple good pitching performances. And I just think it comes back to this start of the season where we said we need to see it to believe it. Since he had the most talent in the NL Central. And we had to see it. And right now we're not. Like, every series for Cincinnati feels like it's gone this way. They get the nice performances, but they don't get W's. Meanwhile, the Cubs are running away early.
Yeah. I mean, Lorenzen and Kimbrel are doing the same thing, but Kimbrel's not hurting his team as much as Lorenzen is.
He got into the 13-2 game, by the way.
Who did?
Kimbrel.
Oh, good.
To get him some work. He gave up a run.
Yeah, he's given up a run in every single outing.
Yeah.
Lorenzen has one outing where he hasn't given up an earned run.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's bad either way.
Yes.
So, let's see. I'm trying to see this. Lorenzen has come in they've been ahead. He gave up the lead. He came in a tie game, gave it up. He came in down 3. He exited down 5. He came in ahead 1, exited ahead 1. That's his only good time. So Lorenzen for the Cubs is blowing it. The starting pitching's been good. I think there was another one in the last game. He got like 8 earned runs.
Yeah.
Who's that?
A reliever?
Yeah.
I think it was Leon or something. Or maybe I'm thinking
De Leon.
Ponce de Leon, something like that. And yeah, dude, again, the names you normally think of, Tyler Mahle, we're not sure how we say it. We're not sure how we say any name. He had an awesome start for them. So, I mean, they're getting really nice starting pitching, but the offense has to do a little more. And, like, Cincinnati never scored.
Jose De Leon.
Cincinnati never scored more than 3 runs this series, which, hey,
but
Cleveland can pitch.
Cleveland can pitch. This series was, besides the last game, it was like timely hits. Like Votto hit a timely home run. I forget who it was in game 2.
Fran Mill got
a timely home run. You know, it was like almost, I didn't watch the games, but the way the box score reads, good starting pitching, timely hits.
The first 3 games read like playoff baseball.
Yeah, they read, I didn't watch them, but the box score reads like playoff baseball. Good pitching, timely hitting. So, yeah, man.
Just saying, like, is it still early in the season? Sure, but it's a short season, and you got to start winning.
Well, who do the Reds go to next?
Cincinnati. Not sure.
The Brewers. So that's a kind of a fun matchup because both of those teams have 5 wins right now.
And the Brewers missed, a series?
Yeah, Brewers are 3 games back.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, this is going to be a great weekend for baseball, not to get too ahead of ourselves, but I think Oakland, Houston are lining up, so that's a good one.
Fun.
There's always good matchups in the Central. Yankees, Rays. Going to be a good weekend.
Nice. All right, you ready for the West?
James, I live in New York now.
Yep.
Used to live in Denver.
Yep.
Wearing my purple I Love Baseball shirt.
Yep.
Jomboy Media Store. You got an I Love Baseball shirt on?
Yep.
I used to watch a lot of these games.
Yep.
Only caught a little bit, so if you could catch me up, it'd be great.
Yeah, I'll keep you up. I'll start in Denver. Your Rockies keep rolling. They win 3 out of 4 against the Giants. Arenado hit 3 bombs in this series. Charlie Blackmon stays hot. He had 19 hits. He has 19 hits in his last 10 games. And more importantly, the Rockies pitching is getting the job done, Jake. I looked it up. I wanted to see if they were doing outstanding. They're kind of not, like as a whole, bullpen and starting. But they're getting the job done. They take 3 out of 4. They stay incredibly hot. Giants, they win 1 game, and kind of that's good for the Giants. Don't get swept. Dodgers and Padres matched up for a 3-game set. The Dodgers took 2 of 3 from the Padres, despite Tatis Jr. stealing all the headlines and the whole show. And Dodgers fans, I don't know. I talked to some Dodgers fans, and Jansen gets touched up a little bit. Gratterall gets touched up. They lose the Buehler game, so it's a little bit like, okay, we took 2 of 3, but I think coming off the last 2 seasons, I don't know if Dodgers feel as dominant as they did last year. But they are, and they're going to be fine. They took 2 out of 3. Close game at the end there. What else was this? Dustin May versus Lamet was a really good pitching matchup. Dustin May is becoming one of the more fun people to watch hit, as Tatis Jr. is probably the most fun player to watch. He hit an absolute bomb of a home run. The Astros and the Diamondbacks, they met up, and despite Bumgarner and Robbie Ray getting awful, I'm saying awful results, the Diamondbacks won the series. They had a 9-run inning in Game 2 off of McCullers, and then a walk-off in Game 3. Cole Calhoun put 2 balls right into that right field corner off the fence. One ricocheted for, was it an inside the park home run, or was it a triple? I forget. The other one was a walk-off. The Marte boys combined for 11 hits. Cole and Peralta combined for 9 RBIs. top of the order, the top three there, Marte, and Cole, are getting it done in Arizona. Rangers and the A's squared off. The A's swept the Rangers. The Rangers are looking a bit like a wild disappointment. Luzardo outdueled Lance Lynn. Although Lance Lynn had a nice outing, Luzardo just made his debut as a starter and did well. Piscotty hits a walk-off bomb in Game 1. Olsen hits 3 home runs in the last 2 games. Rangers look bad. A's look good. On to the Angels and the Mariners. Trout goes up to Seattle after becoming a father and does what he does to Seattle. And just we all get to say it's Dad Trout. But no, this is what Trout does whenever he goes to Seattle. It's incredible. He homers 3 times. The Angels homered 9 times in these 3 games. So it wasn't just Trout. They just dominated Mariners pitching. And Haney and Bundy combined for 14.2 innings pitched with 2 earned runs, 2 starters that Jake and I did not necessarily believe in. Jake 100% didn't believe in.
Yes.
And they are bringing it for Anaheim. Shout out to brother-in-law Brett. He was very mad at us for acting like those guys wouldn't be good. They've been very good so far. And that is what happened in the West. Standings-wise, the Rockies and the Dodgers now both have 9 wins. And the Padres are still have a winning record despite losing 2 in the National League. In the American League, the Athletics are 9-4. The Astros go back to 500, 6-6. And the Angels come for them. They're 5-8. So, you know, A's are running away. This series against the Astros coming up, A's-Astros, that's who they're playing. Is it a 3-game set, 4-game set? It's got to be 3-game set, right?
I'm assuming 3-game set.
They've been doing these weird 4-game
Yeah,
weekend.
they could have a sneaky into Monday, but I don't think so. I know Fires isn't pitching. That was a storyline. Yeah, it's a 3-game set.
It's a 3-game set. So, I mean, if Houston sweeps, they'll be up there where they'll be 9-6, and the Athletics.
Houston sweeps. Whoa.
That's the wildest outcome.
You're
So
athletic A's fans.
I don't think Houston's going to sweep, but if they did.
In Oakland.
All I'm saying is Houston can take over first place.
If Oakland sweeps,
They'll just stay in first place.
Houston will drop down.
Yes.
But
yeah, they're within reach.
That's going to be some of the fun baseball. That game starts at 9 o'clock tonight, and then a couple afternoon games. That should be fun. No Fires. But again, the Oakland, the most unheard about spurned team from the whole Houston thing is them. A's keep rolling, man. And again, I said watch out for their infield that I've been calling the best in the league. Hadn't been doing much. Matt Olson's getting hot. I think you'll hear about him in a little bit. My Rocks are rolling. My Rocks are rolling. That's a fun statement.
That's what I wrote.
My Rocks are rolling. Let me see the Rockies schedule. Who do they got coming up? They take care of business with the Giants, and they're going to Seattle. And like you said with the pitching, you know, they were lights out to start the year, and then they went back to Coors Field. So when you say, you know, they're just being average, you know, I think for being at Coors Field, they're still being above average. And yeah, man, the schedule lines up good for them. They got Mariners, Diamondbacks, Rangers. So stay hot, Rockies. Get as many wins as you can, because I do think there's a little bit of Cinderella magic going on right now. Diamondbacks bought a little stock in our Trevor Plouffe voicemail episode.
Oh yeah, we did buy stock.
We'll see. Just a little bit. It's, you know, high risk, high reward.
I wanted to do a whole combo on Bumgarner.
Okay.
But I forgot. But don't buy Bumgarner stock.
Don't buy Mad Bum stock. He was getting his revenge. Jimmy hit 3 Astros.
Did you see the tweet about like his velo?
Not good.
It's like, man, I think
Bueno.
maybe I screenshotted it.
Okay.
Sometimes when I see tweets with info, sometimes I like DM it to myself. Sometimes I screenshot it.
Don't be surprised though. And this isn't my tooting my own horn, because the D-backs could still, you know, stay at the bottom for a little while. But
Here it
Jim,
is.
they had a huge inning. They had a 9-run inning against Houston, and then they had a walk-off win. So those
Yeah.
are things that spark a team.
Yeah, but it's not sustainable to have Bumgarner and Robbie Ray go give 6 earned runs. in
No.
winter starts. Bumgarner averaged 88.1 miles per hour on his four-seam fastball tonight. That's his 3rd lowest average four-seam fastball in a game in his career. The 2 outings with lower, his 2 prior starts this season. Before 2020,
So he's getting better.
Before 2020, his lowest was 88.7 in September of 2009. So he needs to. I think he needs to officially reinvent himself.
I think he's been reinventing himself.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not as worried about Mad Bum. It's not good. It's not what you want. but
No.
he hasn't been pumping gas for a little while now.
That's not even close to gas.
No, exactly. So yeah, we'll see with that. Padres Dodgers was a lot of fun. They started off Bueller Paddock. The Dodgers, this was their chance to kind of swing up at Big Brother, and they ended up getting Big Brothered a little bit. They were in these games. They end up not getting the wins. The one game ends with a Chris Taylor throwing out the guy at the plate, Grisham, I believe. That's the ultimate Big Brother flex. Like, yeah, good game. See you tomorrow. Over. So I think if you're the Dodgers, I think you're all right. I'd like to hear a little bit more from their community. I mean, I think Belly still hasn't gotten it going. You've got new weapons in the pen that you're figuring out, Gratterall, Trinan. So I think you're still excited because you're right. There's a couple things that aren't clicking on all cylinders, but you're still 9-4.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. The Dodgers will be fine. They're just, I think whenever Jansen, he got a double play ball to help him close it out. He had like a walk, single, so 1 out, 2 on, or something like that, and 1 run away. So.
I think a lot of Dodgers fans are they might be rooting for Jansen to be as bad as possible so he loses the closer gig sooner. There's a theory.
Yeah, I like that one.
Angels win games, dude.
Win games.
Win games, dude.
Where the Angels play next?
Angels schedule. Let's see.
Hey, BBD. What's the read today? Just the normal one?
Angels. Oh, they're going to Texas. Okay. So they're going to Texas, which, right now Texas is the whipping boy. It's in Texas. And again, Angels end up winning that series in Seattle. I got nervous when they lost the second game where Trout hit 2 homers.
I'm over rooting for the Rangers. Like, at this point, I'd rather the Angels go sweep them and put themselves in contention than have the Rangers win a game. Just for the fun of the standings.
I'm fine with it, too. We'll see. This will kind of be a test for the Angels. This is a series that probably in the past couple of years they would lose.
Yeah. But who's pitching? They had Haney and Bundy go, and those are their studs.
They're aces. They don't have Ohtani going. Bad news if you haven't heard. Ohtani ain't pitching anymore. But he hit a homer.
For this season. Moving forward, I don't know. But
for this year.
Yeah.
I was referencing this year.
All right, let's move on to Standout Performance.
Standout Performance.
Our Standout Performances today are brought to you by DraftKings. The long wait is finally over. Golf's first major of the year is this weekend. Is it the Master? What are they doing?
It's the first major. I think it's the PGA. The PGA.
Where is it?
They renamed one of the tournaments.
Oh, here we go. I'll just continue reading the ad copy. The golfers are heading to San Francisco to tee off and compete for the crown. And there's no better way to join the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. To celebrate golf's first major of the year, DraftKings Sportsbook is offering special odds and promotions all weekend long. And all new users get the sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Every day of the tournament, DraftKings Sportsbook is boosting your profits by 30%. That's math.
Yeah.
All you have to do is opt in and place a bet. Head to the app right now and check out all that they have to offer, including player props, day-by-day action, and even hole-by-hole live betting. That's crazy and fun. As football season is clear in our sights, DraftKings Sportsbook has rolled out a season-long football pick'em pool with $2 million in prizes up for grabs. Make your picks and watch the games unfold. Plus, DraftKings Sportsbook is a safe and secure and reliable betting app. You can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. So download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code JOMBOY when you sign up. For a limited time, all new users can get a sign-up bonus of up to $1,000. That's right. DraftKings Sportsbook is going all out with a sign-up bonus of up to $1,000. Just enter code JOMBOY when you sign up. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey only, but bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Jake, who is your standout performance?
There was only one option for me.
There really was. It was very hard for me to find a second.
There was only one option for me. It was Dylan Bundy.
Yep.
9 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, complete game. He looks incredible. He's leading the major leagues in innings pitched, batters faced. He's chewing up innings. He looks fantastic. His slider looks great. And I'm happy for him, man. You know, I want the people to send the poop at me. I'm open to it. Bring me the poop. He looks great. And, I went on my Dylan Bundy kick. His numbers were terrible in Baltimore. And, I was kind of ripping him. I had no idea why the Angels traded bodies for him because I don't think they needed to. And then after that, I started having conversations with people, some people inside the game and some of our, internet friends that are now in the big pitchers community to get the story on Dylan. Like what should I actually be saying besides this guy stunk? Mm-hmm. And it's that his slider still rates pretty good and that he just needs to throw it more and change his pitch mix. Yeah, sure. Sign me up. So then I made my official stance. Hey, Dylan, either be good, help Mike Trout and help him win a playoff game, or be terrible. And guess what? He's chosen the latter, or the former, I believe. So he looks great. He's one of the best pitchers going in baseball right now. Again, a lot of the numbers coming out comparing him to old Dylan Bundy are funny, but as BBD pointed out to me this morning, Dylan Bundy's still pretty young. I mean, he came up early. He's still got a little bit of juice. He can change his whole career around. It's one of the beauties of baseball, and it looks like he's doing it, man.
Does. I mean, his sinker, I'm trying to look at his pitch mix because it doesn't really say he upped his slider. But they don't have 2020 on here for him yet, which is interesting. But it looks like last year it looked like he upped his changeup a bunch. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the slider has ticked up, which...
he's throwing the slider almost the same amount of times he's thrown the fastball in 2020.
Yeah, and I guess a lot of the pitching experts were asking for that. As BBD just told the chat, it's 1 month older than Luis Castillo, someone you picture as a young new ace to a degree for the Reds.
I didn't know Castillo was
he 27? 27 years old. I mean, Bundy came up, I think he was 22 or something. So we've seen him for a while. And like you said, I mean, hey, he was on the Orioles. They stunk for a lot of it.
People think of Castillo as young. He's been around for the same amount of time as Bundy.
He's young. Young ace. A lot of Yankee trade rumors. People were excited about him. Get a lot of years. So, yeah, man. Dylan, good for you, dude. You're absolutely shoving right now. I will drink my own tears or whatever I'm supposed to do. He looks phenomenal.
Go, Dylan, go. I had a question for you.
Yes.
How many active Dylans do you think are in the major leagues right now?
Ooh, active Dylan. I'd guess like 3. Is Dylan Covey a guy? Is that a name?
Dylan Covey is one of them, yes.
Okay.
There's 5.
Dylan Bundy. Dylan. Got to have some Dylans in the field.
There's a Dylan on the Mariners.
Dylan. Is there another C? I've got a C last name in my head.
Yep, White Sox. Cease.
Dylan Cease, big prospect.
Moore.
Yep. Dylan Moore, okay.
Dylan Floro on the Dodgers.
Yeah. Oh, Florio, yeah.
You might be thinking about Dylan Cousins, but he's not playing right now, it doesn't say.
Cool.
A lot of Dylans.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of Dylans. My standout performance, Jake, and I was searching. And I had one guy, but I changed him to later. And then it kind of hit me in the face, and it's Aaron Nola.
Yeah.
He pitched 6 innings against the Yankees. A Yankees team that had been hitting like crazy, and he's been in quarantine. He pitched 6 innings. He got 12 strikeouts, and I watched this game, and he just carved up the Yanks. His curveball is really, 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 really fun to watch. He only gave up 3 hits. The one hit was a bomb home run to Voit, who probably sat curveball, got the curveball, and smashed it. But Nola, 12 Ks in 6 innings. I don't know if he was on a pitch limit. They definitely, he had to be on a pitch limit. Otherwise, he should have pitched the 7th inning and went for the complete game. It probably would have been an easy win for the Phillies. They went to Tommy Hunter. He blew the game for Nola. But Aaron Nola's performance was pretty good.
We got treated to that in a way. As Yankee fans, we watched that game. And he was special, man. That curveball is special. They had one kind of viral thing that was going around baseball Twitter. They had the behind the catcher camera shot of his curveball, and it was straight over the top, as tight as it could be, and just dropped out of the picture. Yeah, man, he was doing it old school or / when you see Verlander or the guys do it, and they they mainly go fastball curve one time through the rotation. Then they go fastball change, and then they mix them both in there. He looked awesome. Happy for Philly fans. That was my first time getting to watch him, and it goes back into both of our speeches. That's like, showcase these guys. Like, we do a baseball podcast. There's so much baseball out there. I haven't been able to buckle in for a full Aaron Nola start. Now that I've seen him, if I see he's pitching, I'm probably gonna flip over to that game.
Yeah.
So get these guys in front of people because they're talented dudes.
Do you want them to trade with the Mariners, who are trade fiends, for his brother, so his brother can catch him, and you have the brother battery? I know
you do.
I got into this rabbit hole.
Do.
Yeah, I tweeted out that I wanted them to. I got into the rabbit hole. I forget, but I was trying to see if it's ever happened, and there was two brothers, I think Mort Cooper and Walker Cooper, who were a battery together, and they were in the All-Star game. They're in the World Series together. They did really good things. That's pretty
Koopa
cool.
Brows.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Literally the same thing you did when you were 8 years old in your backyard, but now you are doing it in the World Series. For them, they just shrug and be like, "This is what we always done." What do you mean? Of course.
Baseball.
Pretty nice life.
Yeah.
The Cooper Bros. Someone do a documentary on them.
Do it.
Ken Burns.
Whoever's listening.
Cooper Bros documentary. I'm Googling it. And results. No, there's a Cooper Brothers Canadian rock band that has a documentary on them. Not interested.
Check that out, too.
If you want. Yeah. You don't have to.
Explore the space.
Dylan Bundy with a standout performance.
Yeah, man.
He was the best pitching performance of the.
I would have lost a lot of bets. I like trying to get the hitters featured because it's tough. If a pitcher has a good performance, they jump out a little more. But it was Bundy, man, and good, literally good for him.
Yeah. Someone asked how many Aarons there are.
It's a lot.
A lot.
I would guess around 10.
I'm trying to find active ones.
Slippery
Looks like
slope.
26.
Active?
Shit. Judge, Hicks, Nola, Loop, Fagley, Bummer, Savale, Whitefield, Wade, Lopes, Gonzalez, and I'm just going to stop.
A lot of errands.
A lot of errands in baseball. How about that? That's wild.
A lot of errands.
Good for them.
Yes.
Next up, we've got In Fuego.
Dirt nasties and fuego.
That means on fire, baby.
Like Wago.
Who you got, Jake?
I've got one of my all-time hot boys on here, and I'm happy to get him on here. I put Matt Olsen. He got it going in a big way over the past 4 games. 3 homers, 5 RBIs, 6 walks. So he's seen 6 walks and 1 strikeout. If Matt Olson's doing something like that, he's seeing the ball really well. That's a 1.63 OPS. Love Matt Olsen, and he's got a little bit of a lip tickler coming in, Jim. Don't know if you saw that, but the mustache is coming out. And I threw Dad Trout on here. He deserves it. Mm-hmm. I mean, he comes back. He does this against the Mariners a lot, but 2-homer game, 1-homer game. Mike Trout could be on here a lot, but let's not overlook him just because of that.
Let's not do that.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a twin that needs to be on here.
Okay.
And he's a real fun guy to root for because he's old and he just hits home runs. Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz has a hit in his last 7 games. In this 4-game set against Pitt, he just went off. He opened up the series with back-to-back 3-hit games. He had 8 hits in the 4 games, a 500 on-base percentage. He didn't have any extra base hits, Jake.
Yeah, that's what's funny for me.
So that's what's really weird about Cruz, but he's just proven, okay, I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I have 6 doubles or 6 extra base hits on the season. I'll just beat you small ball why. Maybe they changed the way they're pitching. So, I mean, he's just still on fire. And then the other guy I got on here is Carlos Correa.
Yeah.
Over in Houston. 615 on base percentage this week. 545 batting average. 6 hits, 1 double, 1 home run, 2 walks. Intentional walk. I think he's been hot all year for them too, right?
Yeah, he's had it going for them. Bregman and Altuve are trying to start to click. But yeah, Correa's having a nice year.
471 on base percentage so
nice
far.
Year.
Who else you got?
Jim, like Bieber could live on here. It's almost getting boring how good he is. I thought about giving Herman Marquez, but I had something fun, Jim, because there's 3 names that jumped out that kind of belonged here. Adrian Hauser probably should have got some love. But, Jim, the Cubbies, your Alec Mills, Kyle Hendricks, soft tossing it. And then, dude, I'm fully on the U train. I watched him. He was pumping 97. I forgot that he could get up there. He's featuring a cutter. He throws some wiffle ball stuff. And I think if everyone's got their A game for the Cubbies, Darvish is the last guy you want to see.
Think so?
I do. I think even if Hendricks is right, like he's going to torment you, but you feel like you have a chance. When Darvish has his A-plus stuff, he's got you beat. So I'm watching out for him with the Cubbies. He was a big free agent signing that never really panned out. And he's another guy that we're talking about the Houston-Oakland series this weekend. You know, what would we think or be saying about you, Darvish, if he didn't get some funny business from Houston in that World Series? So,
did Darvish do driveline or anything? His fastball right now in 2020 is averaging a higher miles per hour than it has ever averaged in his career.
Pump it, babe.
His average fastball in 2020 is 95.4 miles per hour. He's never averaged 95. I mean, it's not crazy jump,
right?
But you're looking at 94.1, 94.1 again the year before that, 94.3. You're just he bumped up a tick, which you wouldn't expect.
Maybe it's at age 33 season, you don't see that a lot. Maybe he's fresh, maybe he's healthy. I know he's had some problems there, or maybe he's got some driveline stuff going on. But yeah, man, I mean, that's what when I looked into you the other day because he had a good start. I watched his highlights because I was like, what you Darvish am I getting here? And then I saw 97 on the gun. I was like, oh. We're doing this, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, how about the Cubbies, man? They're pitching and winning. What's their schedule look like? Because I know they've been beating some teams they're supposed to. And Chatwood, you could have been on the list, but you blew it, bro.
Well, he blew the whole string of great starts by the Cubs. Pissed me off. We were getting to 7. He would have been 8.
Interesting. Cubs are playing the Cardinals, who didn't play because of COVID, so we'll see if they're rusty at all or if, the Cubs can stay good. But, yeah, they're starting to get into it. They're going Cardinals, Indians, Brewers, Cards, White Sox, and then Tigers. So they've got some very serious series. We're going to find out a lot more about the Cubbies in the coming weeks.
I'm excited to find out about them.
I am too, because they've been playing well. But
let's do the race to 20. We are getting 20 home runs so easily.
What fools.
I mean, so.
I'm Trevor Plouffe. I'm going to hit the under.
Yeah.
How's my facial hair look today?
I mean, how many guys do we have on pace for it? 50?
1,000.
It's honestly like 50 at this point.
A lot.
Which on pace is, tricky.
Right.
But it's 162. It's a smaller pace.
Yeah.
Castellanos jumps up. He's got 6 home runs. Moran didn't get any this week, so he's staying at 5. I can see him sliding away.
Ooh.
Aaron Judge, he hits another one, so he's at 7. He is leading the race, the Roosevelt's RSVLTS race to 20. Who's going to hit 20 home runs first, I guess, is the race? Because someone's going to hit more. Someone's going to hit more. Trevor Story, he gets into it. He's got 5. He hadn't been this high on the leaderboard yet. So the leaderboard is Aaron Judge, Castellanos, Colin Moran, Trevor Story, Trent Grisham has 4, Teoscar has 4. There's a lot of guys with 4. There's 13 guys with 4 home runs.
And I think we're starting again. Every week we're going to see the sorting hat kick in a little more into gear. Judge, Castellanos looks great.
It's 2 a week, right? Like the pace would be 2 a week.
60 games. A little less, right?
10 weeks I just did. 10-week season.
10 weeks times 2. Something like that.
So say it's 2 a week. We just finished week 2?
2, 3? We're about to finish
Second full week.
It started on a Thursday,
that first week
Friday.
count?
Tough to say. We're not a math
all right.
pod. We've never been a math pod.
I'm going to do this. we're at 2.5 weeks of the season, so anyone with 3 home runs or more is on pace, and that's a lot of
12
people.
times 7.
That's
okay.
55 people on pace.
So, yeah, I mean, Judge is on a pace to get there in 36 games right now. He's
Yeah.
leading the league.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, and dude, what I'm liking is, like, I think the big names are going to continue to sneak up. Judge, I think Castellanos is kind of finding it even a little more later in his career, and now he's on Cincy, and he can DH a lot. Like, I think Castellanos has a legit chance. Trevor Story, some of his home run numbers are spooky. Kepler, like, he's getting involved. The young names, Matt Olsen. Tatis has 4. Trout with 4 there. So, yeah, man, there's some real names. And you know what? Kudos to the guys who are doing it. Like Colin Moran, we're doubting you a little bit. Prove us wrong, man. Trent Grisham, redemption year after the bobble in the wild card game. He's got 4. So, a lot of good young talent. Keep hitting Yabos. Nolan's getting hot. He's at 3 right now. So, yeah, I mean, I think anyone at 3 would count right now.
That's what I just said. So 53.
And there's a good amount. So
54 guys.
it'll filter, but yeah,
Someone's
we're going to
hitting
get a
20.
few with 20.
You think we're going to get 25?
I would say no. So the rest days and stuff.
Yeah, you see. We're getting 20, though. That's nice.
We're
So,
getting
there
20.
You go. All right, let's get sad. Slump Watch. Yelich was on Slump Watch hard.
Did you hear of Slump Watch?
He's off. Home run
Yeah.
inside the park. Double. 6 walks,
6
which
walks,
is really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Love that. Kevin Biggio, friend
Yeah.
of the program. He stays, Jake?
I have him staying 2 for 15. I don't think I saw a walk either, and that's kind of his game. I need a little more from him. I'm sorry. 2 for 15. And he's a friend of the pod. I said before the season, if any rookie walks that much, if I'm a starting pitcher, I'm like, let's see you hit me, kid.
Yeah.
So he's got to get it going, so I want to leave him on there. His teammate, Ryu, gets off, 5 innings pitched, nice start. I think 8 Ks for the handsome devil. So he's gone. Matt Olsen pulls a shame to flame on us. Hot boy summer in a big way. You just heard about him. This is an interesting one, Jim.
Okay.
Because going back to last year, there's a lot of ways you can get off Slump Watch.
Yeah.
Carlos Santana, he goes 1 for 10, not good. But 7 walks. And that's something that he does throughout his career. So I don't know. I was going to leave it up to you. I would take him off.
No.
Okay, that's fine. He stays.
Want to know why?
Why?
The first 3 games, he had 1 walk in each game. The last game, when the Reds threw out
The junk.
the junk pitchers,
Okay, that's
he
fair.
had 4 walks.
Okay,
If it was 2 walks each game,
that's fair.
I would say, okay, we can take him off. It's not like a celebratory off.
That's
but no,
fine.
I'm not taking him off.
It's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. Okay, I respect it. Mercado, this one gets tricky too. He's 3 for 13 in the series with a pair of walks, I believe. Not great, not slumpy. His last game worries me, which you just said. For Santana, Oscar Mercado goes 1 for 5, but 4 Ks.
Yeah, he's definitely still on.
Okay, he stays. You're there. I've got Profar staying, but he stinks, so I want to take him off. I'm over the Profar thing.
I thought you said he was going to have a career year getting
I
money.
said it would be funny if he does that. He stinks.
Yeah.
Just a tough, kind of overrated career. I had the same for Manny Margot. He goes 1 for 12 again. He's never been a hitter.
Yeah, I don't care.
Just not
I'm
interested.
not interested in him.
Yeah.
It's rude, so sorry.
We'll see him this weekend.
And then Austin
maybe
Hayes
maybe he'll
is
put
another
it up,
don't
but-
care.
Yeah, and he goes 3 for 11. I think that would be off anyways, but
Marlins just diced him up.
supposed to be a young contact hitter, so he does it well. And then Robles, Hansel, so hot right now. He only had 1 appearance, 0.2 innings, no earned runs. I'll take him off.
Sure.
Don't really care. Don't be a disaster for Mike Trout. Help Mike Trout. Help Mike Trout. Be a good shirt.
We can't put Mike Trout on a shirt.
Can't put Mike Trout's name on a shirt. Is the only problem with that.
Help Mikey Trouty.
Help Mike Trout. Jim, what about some new guys?
I like this. I put a guy on here that if we didn't put him on here, people would be pissed. Gleyber Torres.
Tits.
0 for 19. 0 for his last 19, Jake, with 0 walks.
Really bad.
Really bad. And it looks really bad.
It does look really bad.
He looks like a complete... He looks lost. He's swinging at pitches over his head and grounding out, and that's kind of every at-bat right now.
Negative WAR right now.
Very scared to put this guy on Slump Watch because I'm
Okay.
scared of him because he's kind of a badass.
Okay.
Tommy Pham.
Yeah.
0 for 13. Just, he'll get off quick. Don't kill me, Tommy. Rooting for you.
Yeah.
He did get an RBI and a walk, and he was pumping up his team and all that stuff, so good shit, but got to get a hit. Got to get a hit.
Bummer for him, too. Against the Dodgers, Padres were looking to punch, but yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah. Anything else? I got Smoke on here. 1 hit in his last 6 games.
Smoke, I put Gallo just because he's the guy for Texas, so if he puts up a 1 for 11 spot, they've got nothing.
What did he do in the Mike Bowl?
The Mike Bowl.
The Fires versus Minor Bowl.
I'm not sure.
Because the game before that, I believe he was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
I didn't have the Mike Bowl prepped.
0
That's on me.
0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, he had a bad series. And then I put Longoria on there.
Dude, he had 8 strikeouts in the 3-game
series.
set and only 1 hit and 1 walk. So yeah, Gallo's on there.
Yeah, Gallo's for sure on there. And that after seeing some of the guys we had on there for last week, I was like, we got to keep it the bigger names. So
yeah,
I put Longoria on there, obviously in the latter part of his career, but he also put a 1 for 11. Come on, Longoria. Don't make us have you slump next week so we say, I don't really care about Longoria this year. Make us care about you.
First 4 games, he was doing well, hitting like 430, having fun. Then he goes and plays 4 against Colorado.
Yeah.
And they just pitched their butts off.
And
he only started 3 of the 4 games, so.
In cores, you're telling yourself you're gonna have a big series, so that's tough.
He actually hates Colorado, though.
Hates it.
Like, he's got people there that just ruin his day.
Hates
Lands
it.
at the airport, has to go in disguise right away. He's got stalkers.
Oh, my God.
It's bad news.
Scary airport.
We got who got mad?
Who got mad?
Phil Nevin got mad?
Phil
At
Nevin
Angel
got
Hernandez,
mad.
who's bad?
Yeah.
Not a who got mad, but I believe Jason Tingler got his first manager ejection
You're right.
for bad calls. He's trying to protect Manny Machado, which that sucks. The Blue Jays, did you hear this whole debacle? I'm going to make a breakdown if I can find time.
Okay.
Very interesting. It's not a mad debacle, but it's a debacle worth mentioning. The Blue Jays, was it Bigiano? It's one of the relievers. Someone in the chat.
Biagini?
No, it wasn't Biagini. Who was it?
One of the Italians?
Wagaspak.
Wagaspak. Yeah.
So they sent Wagaspak to the satellite camp, right?
Right.
But then, so he's not on the lineup card that they give to the umpires because he's not on the roster.
Yeah.
But before the start of the game and the final roster thing, Trent Thornton gets hurt. So I think it was Trent Thornton. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think it's Trent Thornton. He gets sent to the IL. So then they're like, Wagaspak, never mind. You're back on the roster, right? So Wagaspak is back on the roster, but they didn't give a new lineup card to the umpires.
Right.
So they bring Wagaspak into the game. He's throwing some warm-ups, and the umps are like, you're not on our lineup card. So the umps say he can't pitch.
Yeah.
And Charlie Montoya and the Blue Jays just say, okay, fine. So he throws some warm-ups, walks off the mound. He walks into the dugout as if he just, gave up 6 earned runs. None of his teammates talked to him. It was kind of weird. Really weird. Get this. The umps were wrong. The lineup card that the umps get is just, per the rule book, just a courtesy. It holds no ruling or merit. And if a substitute player isn't on the umpire's lineup card, that doesn't mean he can't play. Literally, that's what the rule says.
Yeah.
So they just got it wrong.
Yep. That sucks.
Not one person caught it. Weird rule that I don't. But
Weird
that's their
all
job
around.
is to know the rules.
Yes.
Or be able to call someone who knows the rules and can
check
look it
in
up.
on it,
Someone has a PDF of the rules and does Control F lineup card.
Who gives a crap anyways, honestly? Let Wagaspak twirl it. But
interesting development.
That's a miss. And Jim, I'm normally not a who got mad segment. Lance McCullers got mad. They opened up the roof at Chase Field during the 4th inning of his start where he was in cruise control and then gave up 9 innings, get 9 runs in that inning.
Yeah.
So he complained about the roof opening. He said it's ass if you do that.
Well, I mean, if we're going to do that, the Yankees also complained about Phillies fans using air horns and the announcers being loud. So
Right.
we have a lot of pitchers not used to pitching in silence, and now they're saying it is more like golf where one noise can throw them off instead of being a lot of noise. So I think McCullers and Happ / the Yankees pitchers.
It was Monty. It was Monty who said it.
No, Monty said that Happ said it.
Yeah, I think he was just talking about during Happ's start.
Yes, Monty said it didn't
We heard
affect
it during
didn't
Happ's
affect me, but Happ said the announcers affected him yesterday. Was what his quote was.
Yeah, I don't know. If you come out and you say something's ass, that you
Well,
you open the
McCullers
roof
just talks
mid-game.
like that.
Well,
Yeah.
you can't do that. And
If you
that's
lose,
getting mad.
If you lose,
that's
and,
getting mad.
If you lose and you have
Yankees
excuses
didn't
like
get
that.
mad.
Monty wasn't. Sounded like Happ and the other guys were complaining. And Boone was mad. He came out and yelled at the umpires.
For the fans, yeah.
Yeah, for the air horn.
Air horn fans. Good
But
stuff,
that is
Philly.
bullshit, kinda.
There you go.
So is the roof, to be honest. Like middle of a guy's start, change the elements on him. I don't know.
Tough.
These guys are creatures of like intense habit and circumstance, especially pitchers. So on that,
You
all
gotta,
right.
what's your quote from the pitching movie?
Clear the mechanism.
Clear the mechanism, man.
Kevin Costner.
Can't be worried about the roof, dog.
I think that's what's happening when it's a lot of noises. It's
Yeah.
kind of like when you live in New York City
Right.
and there's so many noises that
You're
they all
just-
mundane. And
yeah.
But when you live in the city and there's one cricket outside your window, it'll drive you crazy.
Hear it, yep.
I think that's what's happened with the air horn.
There you go. Crickets. Words.
Do you want to go first or I go first?
I'll go first, Jim. And I think I've got an award that you're going to like. And I'm stealing my information a little bit. But
that's
I'm
fair.
stealing it from a legend. I'm giving out the Compete Award.
Compete. That's a good award.
The Compete Award. It's
Keuchel?
If you've heard us on this show talk about it, we're trying to figure out Jomboy's Compete stat. We either need abbreviated letters or whatever it is, but it's giving your team a chance to win. We're figuring out the rules around it.
I might just call it the Dallas Keuchel.
5 innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, 3, something like that. It's around a quality start, but a little different rules. Jim, Zach Gallen on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Young pitcher for them. I think they traded a young shortstop prospect for him. I think it was Jazz Chisholm.
Ooh.
Anyways, Zach Gallen, 25 years old, turned 25 on August 3rd. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
He's from Somerdale, New Jersey.
I don't know where that is. Where's that, BBD?
We're not sure. We're not sure where Somerdale, New
He's
Jersey
been
is.
traded twice.
But he's a Jersey guy, which that normally scares you when it comes to prospects.
For Ozuna and then for Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah. And the Jazz Chisholm one was funky because you rarely see prospects traded for each other. Like a pitching prospect trade for a shortstop prospect. Each GM's putting their neck on the line. Jim, Zach Gallen, 20 major league starts, has not allowed more than 3 runs in any of them.
That's really good.
Yeah. So he,
I like that.
yeah, man. He's got a, excuse me,
Jake's
Excuse
dying.
me.
Jake's dying on us.
He's from near Philly.
near Philly.
Gross. Out.
Gross out. Career 2.81 ERA, and this comes back to my Jordan Yamamoto theory. If Zach Gallen was pitching in a major market, I think we'd be screaming from the rooftop about Zach Gallen. He's got an 11 K per 9, career 2.81 ERA. He's doing really good stuff, and he's a name you should get familiar with.
Yeah, this season, his last 2 starts aren't even like compete. They're just good. 6
Yeah.
innings pitched, 2 earned runs. They're good. Zach Keuchel, on the other hand, I think his first 2 starts were literally what I talk about.
Right.
5.1, 2 earned runs.
That's it.
If you have a bullpen and a competent offense, those pitchers can help you.
Give your team a chance, and that's Zach Gallen's doing that and more, so good for him.
Good for him.
Good for you, Zach Gallen.
I'm giving out the coveted New York Life Award.
Wow.
Do you know
Who gets it?
Do you have no guesses?
You're giving it out this year?
Yep. Yeah, I know. It's a pretty serious one, and I don't take it lightly. The New York Life Insurance Award.
Give it to me.
Alec Mills.
Wow.
Alec
Pitching,
Mills.
big pitching app today, people.
Alec Mills Got you covered.
Yeah.
From 65 miles per hour to 90. Just like New York life insurance. They just take care of their elderly.
Yes.
You're 65 and up, New York life insurance got you. They're rated the best.
Love it.
Zach Mills, every game, he throws a pitch, Jake, that starts with a 6 miles per hour, that starts with a 7 miles per hour, that starts with an 8, and that starts with a 9. He's spanning 4 decades with his miles per hours there. Pretty impressive. He threw 28 curveballs. They average 66.7. He's thrown 26 sliders. They average 78 miles per hour. He's thrown 34 changeups. They average 80 miles per hour. And he's thrown 87 fastballs that average 90 miles per hour. Just dancing up there.
Dancing.
Dazzling. And the results have been good. Like you said, 2 starts. Actually, he got 2 starts to end last season. And if you Jakey Butterknife those
Yes.
and combine them, going back to last year, Alec Mills' last 4 starts come to 22.2 innings pitched and 3 earned runs. I do not think this style can last.
Yeah. You're this weird you're the Alec Mills conductor on the train, but there's a little part of you that also wants to drive it off the track yourself.
No, I think of it more as a roller coaster.
Okay.
Like this has an end point.
Okay.
It's not a forever ride.
Okay. 60-game season.
That might be the full length. I don't know how long
Okay.
the roller coaster lasts, you know?
Okay.
But at some point, we're going to come to a nice halt where everyone's going to get off the Alec Mills train and say, you know what, that was fun.
Yeah.
I was glad I rode that ride. Happy it ended.
Sure.
And that's what we're getting here in Chicago with Alec Mills. I mean, how old is Alec Mills?
Alec Mills.
28.
Keep twirling it, kid.
University of Tennessee at Martin.
Martin. Wow. Ted Martin.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Clarksville.
AT Mills 37 is his Twitter. Is it active?
Give him a follow.
Living my life on the edge of my seat.
Wow.
That's what happens when you throw 66 mile per hour
Yeah.
curveballs. Every time you drop one of those, like, I hope he's not sitting on this. Hope he's not fucking
we
sitting on this.
go.
Hope he's not fucking sitting on this. Yeah, he's got an active Twitter. Go hit him up.
Good.
Get on the ride. It's going to be fun.
Good. Little elevator?
Little elevator talk?
Only thing that I thought we'd talk about a little more, or it's just something I'm excited about, and I mentioned it, I think this week during the pregame shows. Those have been a lot of fun. Go check those out if you get some time. This AL Central race, I'm like all in on. I think all 3 teams are closer than we thought to
You don't
start
think
the
the
year.
Twins are going to take off?
I don't think so. They've been playing an easy schedule. They had the Pirates.
Story of the Twins.
Right, but they're going to have to play these games. I think the White Sox, they're the team I can't quit this year. I'm all about them. And I think from the start of this season, Cleveland is better than I think we thought.
Yeah, I was pretty high on Cleveland. But
We were
yes.
high on Cleveland, but dude, their pitching has been another level
Oh, it's the best.
than we thought. And I'm all in on the White Sox. So for me, I am just locked into the AL Central.
Twins haven't had an easy schedule. They've played the White Sox 3 times. They've played the Indians 4 times. And they played St. Louis twice. Just the last 4 games against Pitt's been easy.
Pirates, yeah.
But, I mean, they've played the 2 competitors.
Right, but early in the season, I mean,
They went-
just started the year.
I know, but I think if a Twins fan heard that, they'd be like, what? We played
And it
these
was
guys
all.
already.
I mean, most of it was at home too. They're 7-1 at home right now. So
Yeah, the White Sox was on the road, and they were 2-1 there, and then they swept then they went 3-1. So what? They're 5-2 against those teams. They got the Royals coming up, the Brewers, and the Royals. So they have a really easy stretch, dude. All of their next games are Kansas City Royals, Brewers, Kansas City Royals, Brewers, Kansas City Royals.
familiar
What?
faces.
From August 7th to August 23rd, the Twins are only playing 2 teams.
Brewers and the Royals.
That's bizarre.
A little bit. COVID year, baby.
That's bizarre.
COVID year. Got an elevator team for us?
Let's spin the wheel. We're spinning, we're spinning,
on,
we're spinning, we're
Marlins.
spinning. If you are an elevator with a man with this hat on,
Marlins or
the
woman.
Minnesota Twins.
You want to do it?
Sure, you know their schedule.
dance
I mean,
with the
first
devil?
thing you can say is, well, we're playing a lot of the same team.
You like Milwaukee and Kansas City?
I mean, I want to do math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The next 16 games, all against the same two teams.
Well, I guess we'll find out who the Brewers are.
Yeah.
That's going to test their pitching staff. Royals, good luck. Let's see. Garver's off to a slow start. Sano's off to a slow start. Araya's off to a slow start. Donaldson off to a slow start. Did he go on the IL? Or is he just hurt?
Don't think he's on the IL, but
He's
he
hurt.
hasn't played in like a week.
Who's off to a hot start? Nelson Cruz, Kepler, they're looking good. Eddie Rosario off to a very Eddie Rosario start. Jim, tell him about the early innings, baby.
Yeah, they're still averaging 3 runs in the first 2 innings. It might have gone up. It may have gone up. I can find this pretty easily. I found out where to find this.
If you're a Twins fan, or if you're in the elevator with one, you go to the pitching. The pitching's been good this year. They're second in ERA in the AL so far. Maeda looks good. Randy Dobnak has been shoving, Jim. 15 innings pitched, .6 ERA, 8 Ks in 15 innings. I think the baseball gods may even that out a little bit. But yeah.
Did you see Dobnak is like, he grew up a huge Pirates
Pittsburgh
fan.
fan.
He went to
Very
like
cool.
250 games, and then he started in Pittsburgh.
Very cool.
It's got to be so weird. Let me see. Let me see if I type in inning. It should get me there.
Inning.
Come on. Get me there. Okay.
Nelson Cruz leading the team in WAR. Second is Randy Dobnak.
In the first inning, they have scored 19 runs. And in the second inning, they have scored 15 runs. So we're looking at 34 runs in the first 2 innings over 13 games.
Quick math, 26, 39.
2.6 runs in the first 2 innings.
It's pretty good.
Really good. And then they're also good in the no, I mean, then it goes 2 runs, 9, 4, 7, 3, 3, 6. Like, they're really good in the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Good for them.
Co-opener against the Twins. I guess that's your insight. If you're the Brewers,
Yeah. They're a hater, first 2 innings.
get funky with it.
They have a 1.1 OPS as a team in the first inning and a 357 batting average.
Not bad.
It's insane.
That ain't bad.
That's a lot of stuff you can tell the guy in the elevator. You'll impress him. Have you heard how good we are in the first 2 innings?
Have you heard?
Why are you talking like that?
Could you please not talk like that, sir?
Bob, just talk normal for once.
Normal, please. Normal, please.
All right, that's the show today. That's what's going on in baseball. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Have a fantastic, and I mean it,
Yeah.
have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the baseball. Call in the voicemail line. BBD, what is it?
917-426-2796.
Call in. Tell us what we missed. Tell us what we need to know. Tell us you love us. See you later.